And from our partners, such as ABSA, we are able to also send them data in regards to potential in the market. For example, if the business is ready to expand, we are able to put down a document together and support them in terms of funding so that they can access that funding to expand their business. From a Santaco perspective, we are also, through our Auto Hubs, we know that they are the biggest consumers of tires. And they are the biggest consumers of, for example, brake pads. Brake pads is one of the best, one of the biggest products that Santaco consumes. So through our data, we are able to analyze in terms of some of the members that are selling to taxi associations, what stock do they need to have, what is their model stock, and what type of tires they need to keep for those end users. And we're making sure that they sell the products obviously at related price or market-related pricing as well. So it helps us to build our business and scale it up, and also make sure that all our stakeholders, they know what we need and we can predict the future. Thanks, Kate.
Thank you very much for that, Mpumalanga. And to the earlier question around just why it's so difficult for certain sectors to get access to funding, the availability of financial statements, as well as management accounts, inclusive in that financial statement, but also analytics, being able to also have forecasts based on your trading history. Those are important components of being able to succeed and formalize your business so that you can grow with the demand that you'd have created. Now, Fezil, when people think electric vehicles, they think, okay, now, you need charging stations, you need all of these. How is it viable? How is Green Scooter set up to actually enable a rapid, if you can say, rollout of EVs within the township economy?
All right. I think I'm going to start off by saying, Green Scooter, till right now, we've sold about 158 vehicles since inception. And this is a strong feat for a company that is self-funded. And how we manage to do that is making sure that we control our verticals and horizontals. So this is our bit of value chain engineering. It's very important that when you want to play within a space, an automotive space, for example, that you don't do it by trying to always pick something off the shelf and resell into the market. We've seen how that has failed dismally for many other organizations. But when we look at the grand scheme of things, for us, it's literally controlling from cradle to grave. We do our own research and development. We do our own, we kind of subcontract our body production because it's very expensive to have that type of materials and equipment. But the rest of the work, we do it ourselves. And even when we create now an inclusive-esque approach to what we do, is that we know that, look, if you're going to try and target a delivery driver or a driver partner, like some of the partnerships that we have brewing with GDD, Uber, Takealot, etc., the biggest challenge is that Utabo and Tabang Baselukshi will not get financing. According to the NCR, you're not even allowed to talk to that guy because you're like selling him a dream, right? A dream that's not for sale. But how we've mitigated it, and it's creating interventions which are unique, is that we've provided our own financing vessel. So what we do is we provide a leasing option for someone to take and participate in an economy, or we provide a lease to buy. Because eventually, I think people need to have ownership of things. We can't purport this narrative that Abantu must always rent, or lease, and then never actually own anything. So that's where the value chain conversation is happening, and obviously that's what we're discussing here. So when with the approaches and strategies that we've applied in our business have kept us afloat, these are the things we also translate to people. So now here's what's important about buying an electric vehicle that people don't discuss, is that yes, in hindsight, right? So you look at it, you look at our product, and you look at a tuk-tuk from Egypt, not Egypt, from India. One could be 35,000, ours is 100 and, it depends, from 80,000 if it's pre-owned, but brand new 185. But the reality is one needs to understand how the tax system functions. So I think as much as we talk about how can people participate in an economy, people need to understand the economy. So let's talk about the tax incentives. On our side, we always educate people about Section 12R. Section 12R is about working in industrial development zones, which is important. And I think this is an important point for DDECT, for example. Because how do we create that economic activity there and from there and retain it, right? Then there's Section 12L Section 12L, which is energy efficiency. If people are utilizing electric vehicles, they are offsetting, they are decarbonizing. Now that's another talking point, because how do we get people to understand that you get a tax rebate or incentive from utilizing this product? Now let's go on to Section 12H. I think 12H is learnerships. So what we do is that we partner up with other organizations, and we say, hey, like I'm even putting it to you, KK, today, is that how about you take out 20 million rand, you buy 100 vehicles, you form a partnership with DDECT and Santaco Women's Desk, and then boom, next year you've got